Hey everybody, good rise, and good morning, and thank you for tuning in. I just had a quick message that came to me, and I just wanted to relay this to everyone and just let them know. So I hope you're having a great today. I hope your day is starting out great. So just real quick, a message came to me as I was just in my flow and just doing what I do in my morning routine, and it just came to me the fact that as far as our goals and what we want to do in life, and as far as what are we trying to achieve, it's important that we follow in our steps and follow in our paths of trying to do the things that we want to do. So it's important that we actually take initiative and take actions on doing the things that we want to do. Because what will happen is that on the process and on the way and then the process of doing the things that we are setting ourselves up to do, so for the task and for just following through, we end up attracting people that is going to help us along the way. So let's say, for example, you are wanting to go to Europe, and that's like your dream. So the questions for you would be, okay, so how am I going to get to Europe? What am I going to do in Europe? Do I have an income flow that I'm going to be doing as I get to Europe? Where am I going to stay at? Where airplanes to take? Etc. So you're going to start planning these things, start looking them up, and start really trying to figure out, okay, so if I'm really serious about this, what is it that I need to know? And so what will happen is once you do your research and you're in that step and alignment of this is what you want and you're putting your energy into this, what will happen is that you're going to attract someone else that knows about Europe, that's lived in Europe, that knows all the places, that knows the cheap apartments, or that knows a cheaper airline for you to fly to. So once we step into the momentum of doing what is it that we want to do, we end up attracting people. It's like a magnetic force almost. It's like we start attracting people. The universe tends to bring people our way because it sees that we're doing the work. And I think that's how manifestation and law of attraction works, is when you do 20% of the work, you get 80% of the results instantly. And it all begins with you actually doing the work. You have to do the work. So talking about it is not going to attract it more. So speaking about it is not going to attract it more. Doing is going to attract it more. You have to be set in motion. You have to have that inner momentum to want to go for it, to want to dive for it. And although you might have fear, and although you may not know the outcome and the unknown, and that's the beauty about growing, and that's the beauty about taking chances and taking risks, is that we don't know the outcome, but we know that we have to go for it. Like we gotta see what's on the other side. If we're stuck with our same cycle, and if we're stuck with just knowing what we know and not being able to be open up to new experiences and new development and new information, then we're gonna still be in the same spot as we were 3 years ago. So taking chances and taking opportunities, even if it sounds something like you would never do, just take the opportunity to learn something new. That way it takes you to the next step. And hey, it may even be a skill that you never thought that you needed, but you needed that skill. So for myself, I did brand ambassador, and the way like they approached me when I was at Prospect Park, and I was just walking around, and mind you, when I walk around Prospect Park, I usually go to my few of my spots and then I go right back home. So the fact that I lingered and I was walking around more than usual, I ended up running into these people that were trying to get me to buy their products. And of course I told them no, because money income wasn't really flowing the way that it should be, and I couldn't support them right then and there. And so that's when they asked me if I needed a job, and I'm like, oh. And they asked me if I like people, and I said no. Like instantly, I was like, nah, I really don't like people. But at the same time, I like people in the sense of I like to help you. I do, you know what? Let me take that back, because I do like people, but I guess I like the right type of people. I like the people that aren't so opinionated, or aren't so like closed-minded. Like, those type of people I don't like. So when I say people, I'm talking about those people. But I do like people generally. I like having conversations, and I like vibing with people, because I like learning new perspective. So it's important that, I do have that communication, although I like being by myself most of the time, but that's just what I like to do. So anyway, so brand ambassador is something that I picked up. So it's a new skill that I didn't think I could do. Going up to people and actually starting a conversation with them and trying to basically sell them something, but not what I was taught to do was sell yourself and not the product. Because people go by energy. People go by how you make them feel. People go by, how you make them feel. And so that's a new skill that I picked up, although it's something that I've known before, but it taught me how to incorporate it with selling something. So if I do go up to someone with the intentions that I have a product, or I have a brand, or I have a company that I'm freshly starting, I'm going to represent myself and who I am first, so that the person is comfortable enough to know who I am and what I represent. That way they can connect it to the product that I'm selling and the reason why I'm doing it. So that's a skill that I picked up, and I'm glad I took the chance, because I was beginning to tell him no, like, no, not really, because then I started thinking of all the people that I might run into that I don't want to run into. And so fear comes in, those voices comes in, and everything else comes in telling me, no, I shouldn't do it. No, this is not it. Then, something told me, like, what, F it. What am I really doing today? What am I really doing that I can't take the time out to actually come to this and try it out and to see if there's something that I like to do? And guess what? I became very great at it. I became very good at doing that, because I am a people person at the end of the day. I vibe and connect with people all the time. And it was just something easy for me to pick up. And I'm like, all right, this is cool, because now I have that in my skill bank. So I got that in my pocket. And so that's just an example of just, sorry, there's a lot of commotion outside. All right, so that was just a quick example of trying new things. Although you may be scared, just jump into it anyway. This is what strengthens our character. This is what strengthens our mind, ourselves. This is what helps us grow, is if we do something that we don't typically normally do, we get to learn a new side of ourselves. Because, hey, you can do it and not like it, and now you definitely don't like it. Or you could do it and find out that it's actually beneficial to you. Whatever the case is, try something new. Always try something new. The 80-20%, the 20-80 works. It just works. It really does. Once you put in the work and you're in momentum and you're moving, you do get the reward, and it's gonna be twice as much as the work that you're putting in is what you're getting back. So just keep that in mind. Just be in momentum. Have that inner momentum to want to step into what you're doing. Don't talk about it. Just be about it. I'm sure you guys heard that, don't talk the talk. You got to walk the walk. Really walk the walk and don't even talk. No one needs to know what you're doing. They could just see it. No one needs to know what you're doing, because you're going to showcase it. You're going to be so much about it that they're going to see it through your actions. They're going to see it through your movements. They're going to be like, oh, okay, this guy's really serious about what he's doing. He wasn't just talking about it, but he was actually doing it. So what it does is it sets examples for other people to want to get their shit together too. So once you're, actually about what you say, other people are going to respect that, and they're going to be like, all right, cool. And it may even motivate them and inspire them to do the same thing too. So that was just a quick message that I just got this morning, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in to PoeticPenn, and I'll see you guys again. Have a good day. Peace, love, light.